Ladies and gentlemen, for the third bout, your co-main event. This fight will take place in the Vigilant Boxing Light Heavyweight Division. Presented by Laheel Biogenics, your #1 destination for regenerative therapy in Tampa Bay. First up, ASAP Ashton.
Making his way to the cage, Ashton Harrison. With a name like ASAP, you gotta wonder, is he gonna rep it well?
I mean, we're gonna have to see. I mean, that ASAP name carry.
Seems like he's giving a
Now
little
for
bit of
your
assurance that he wasn't
co-main
running
event
away.
of the evening. First, in the Dynamic Health and Wellness blue corner, an independent fighter making his combat sports debut, ASAP Ashton!
Oh, yeah.
And in the Go 54 Realty red corner, an independent fighter with an 0-1 record, but 1-0 in MMA, Augustin Siel! And your referee, Juan Fernandez.
Assuming ASAP Ashton doesn't knock Augustin's head off his shoulders, Augustin will be joining me later on for commentary on the Combat Quest 39 card. Look forward to that. If he's slurring his speech a little bit, you know what happened. But nonetheless, we're going to get started with our co-main event here between Augustin Siel and ASAP Ashton. And here we go.
Let's see what these guys bring to the table here. I'm already liking the way these guys are feeling each other out. Seems a bit more technical of what we've gotten of recent fights so far. And I'm already liking that they're both using the jab immediately.
And I remember calling Augustin's first couple of fights. When he was first fighting, he actually didn't have a gym behind him. He was coming in as an independent fighter. But after that initial boxing matchup, he did join up with the team, if I remember right, in Phoenix. I would have to double check on that. However, nonetheless, it was in Portland. Finding a team in Portland that he did join up with. So improving his ability. We were talking about how if you really want to make this sport part of your life, you really need to have a good team behind you to help you build the tools necessary to become a good fighter. And I mean, right now it seems like he's gotten a little more technical. He seems a little more sound since the first couple times we've seen him. I mean, a wild flurry coming here from ASAP. I mean, this is what we saw in the last fight. Siel has got to fight back here. A separation here from our official. He's going to get a standing 8 count.
Good way to turn the tables for ASAP after being controlled by the lead jab for majority of this round. Able to turn this around. He's getting a standing 8 count, it seems.
Not sure the official was even counting here, just more checking on Augustin. Actually, granted, this is an exhibition. Rocked his head there a bit. These big flurries we're seeing from ASAP. And Augustin Siel is down. Our official asking Augustin if he's going to be able to continue. Augustin seems like he's staying in this one, but I think if he gets knocked down again, if he's not able to defend himself again, the official could end this matchup here. 10 seconds left.
ASAP needs to pour it on more and try to finish this fight early.
Big shots from ASAP, but that is the end of the first round. Maybe got a shot or two there after the bell, but it didn't seem intentional. It just seemed to got a bit busy. But, I mean, that first round out of the way, judges' scorecards heavily got to be leaning towards ASAP right now. I mean, he did a really good job keeping the pressure poured on that entire first round.
Yeah.
I mean, Augustin Siel, like I said, I've seen some improvement in the way he's been moving and in his form, but it seems like he's really going to need to come back here in the second round. If he's not able to defend himself again, that could spell the end for him. One way or the other, whether it's by stoppage, whether it's by knockout, we'll see.
This is the third fight of the evening, and right now they're probably showing the most technique out of all the fighters so far, so I'm definitely impressed with that already.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both of them seem to have a good base underneath them. They seem to have a little more form to each of the punches. Although there is a little bit of unpredictability, kind of wild with the throws that we're seeing from ASAP Ashton Harrison. But, I mean, either way, it's working for him nonetheless, so I really can't say anything on that part. But the second round is about to get underway here. Corners are out. Cage doors are going to be sealed. they were ready to get going, a little eager here.
Yeah, ASAP was already fired up in the corner, already screaming in his corner. You couldn't see that on camera just now, but he was just screaming. So he's definitely ready to go and take his head off.
Here we go, second round.
Siel needs to stay more composed and go back to using his jab like he was doing earlier in the last round. Just keep that distance. While ASAP, on the other hand, needs to keep on the pressure that he was putting on to the end.
For sure. And the wiener, Augustin Siel, seemingly doing his best to try to get some respect back, I think. I mean, he really needs to start to be first because every time, more of the same. This could be the end. Well, he's fighting back a little bit here, actually.
All ASAP needs to do with that flurry is to go right down the body, but nice reaction by Siel.
Tried the uppercut, but not much of a setup for it. A little flurry from Siel, but not able to stay in control.
Okay.
Big shots landing from Siel. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of a tables turn here. Turned his back to him. We're seeing
a little bit of confusion with the stoppage here.
Our official lost a little control there.
But what I'm seeing from Siel here, coming back, mix it up with the scraps up and down is what I need to see from ASAP. They definitely could use some mix-ups on both ends.
Now, right now, this round has to be going towards Augustin, but as I'm saying that, we're seeing some of those big flurries coming from ASAP Ashton. Oh, wobbled a little bit was Augustin. I mean, there's not a lot of power behind those punches, but they're coming in the bunches.
He's definitely scoring his points.
Absolutely.
If he had to put more rib with it. Oh, and he's coming back with Siel.
Siel throwing some blind punches. His eyes were to the ground. I honestly don't know how Augustin landed those shots. His eyes were staring down at his toes, but he still landed some clean punches. It looks like our officials get a check up on ASAP.
ASAP definitely seems like he's struggling to stand.
Said he wants to keep going.
There you go.
Second round is still going. 10 seconds left. Both fighters land straights right out of the gate.
Regardless of what happens, big respect to both these gentlemen going into this next round.
No, 100%. And I mean, we were talking about needing to get some respect back on Siel's part, and he did exactly that. I mean, not only did he get some respect back, but he got some more on top of that. I feel like he actually came out the winner in the points column on that round. So right now, if it was my judge's scorecard, I would have to go 1-1 so far.
100%.
And this third round is going to be the telltale story for the rest of it. I mean, it's going to tell us who's the winner. Regardless if there's a knockout or not, this third round will be the deciding factor.
For Siel, if he could just stay back to being more composed, leading off with that lead jab and able to pick him apart as he presses into the cage, he can win this fight. And opposite for ASAP. ASAP definitely had the advantage when he wasn't being super technical.
Right.
Just get Siel's face and rip him apart.
It seems like there's a little bit of panic on both ends. When they start to get hit, I mean, it kind of flusters them, I feel like, a little bit more than it should. They've been training for this, especially Siel. Siel's had 3 fights before. He shouldn't be getting so flustered when it comes to those exchanges. I mean, he's been dropping his head.
Once again, ASAP ready to run back to the middle.
Yeah. I feel like on top of what you were saying before with Siel, he needs to keep his head up. I mean, he's dropping his head. He's not looking where he's throwing these punches. Luckily, they've been landing for him on the most part, but if he can really square up, keep his eyes on the prize, and throw those same punches, it could be the deciding factor for him.
Keep the chin down and eyes up. That way these shots can land better like he is doing right now.
And just what we were talking about, he's making eye contact there, some solid shots landing left and rights from Siel. Our officials checking on ASAP Ashton one more time.
ASAP cannot let Siel keep this range that he's keeping, because that's where he's getting picked apart. ASAP needs to close that gap like he was doing before with the big hooks.
Right, and it doesn't seem like there's much of a reach advantage for either of these guys. They both seem pretty...
This is when it gets dirty right here. When they get in super tight.
Shots.
Nothing lands clean, but they're coming in good.
Big shots here again from Siel.
That
might be the end of it.
This might be the end. Yep,
there it is. ASAP Ashton not able to maintain his balance. The official's going to call the fight here in the third round. And, I mean,